What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, fellas? What's going on, USA? And what's going on, Africa? Man, your boy is happy. Likes up. Let's get it going, man. 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers. 10,000 subscribers, man. 10,000 subscribers. We are on the way up. All right, man. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Let me know how we sound. We're still working through this stuff. Two things. I'm very excited that Mr. Agaba is coming to the show. I'm very excited that he's coming. So I'm gonna go back to EV Max. I'm gonna go back to EV Max and pay for a whole monthly subscription so that I don't do tests and errors on Mr. Agaba. I want to give Mr. Agaba the respect that he deserves. So I will be paying for a full month subscription so that we can have him on a platform that we're used to, and then we'll come back to OBS. I think that is going to be a good methodology. I'm going to preserve that. Every time I have a big interview coming, I will always go back to EV Max. I'll pay for the subscription. I'll use it for that stretch because we don't do a lot of interviews. But for regular panels, I think we're good in OBS as we keep learning. Same spot, Outer View Media, same spot, man. Prosper, Texas. You know where it's at. It's hot here like a motherfucker. All right. So I've been going back through Oshay's live streams, and I've been communicating with some good fellas and some good females that are on the ground in Entebbe and in Kampala, Uganda. And it looks like there is something that we didn't know all along. So Thursday, we're going to hear from Agaba. But Mr. Agaba, out of respect, has a scope of things that he can talk about. He just only wants to address the allegations. He doesn't want to go on a long-winded expose like what Oshay did to him. That is what a gentleman does, right? He just wants to take the issues one by one and share with the world his side of the story, which I think he needs to, right? Because when people do these things to you and we only hear one side of the story, it's only fair that somebody gives you a chance. And I'm very happy that even though I'm a very small channel, okay, even if I combine my two YouTube channels, I'm right about 9,000 or about 10,000. Okay, this is why I keep saying 10,000 subscribers. So I only have an audience of 10,000 people that can see this video. But he still is appreciative of the fact that I was willing to give him, because I have a mainly American audience. So he's willing to share his side of the story. And people can clip it up and chop it up and do whatever they want to do with it. I'm not going to go strike anybody's channels when they do that. All they have to do is give us credit whenever they do that, okay? And I'm sure Oshay will respond to it at some point. If I have to take a guess, Oshay will not respond to it, because Oshay responding to it means he needs to play my video. And that's one thing he just don't want to do. Okay, he's not going to be able to do that. He doesn't have the balls to do that. But the news that I'm getting, and I don't think Agaba will confirm this. I don't think he'll do it. But the news that I'm getting is Oshay Duke Jackson has been run out of Uganda. Now, as an American citizen, you can still travel to Uganda on a tourist visa. So he can go over there on a tourist visa. However, his work permit and his resident permit, I am hearing that those are questionable due to certain behaviors that he's exhibited in Uganda. So out of that frustration is why Oshay started this long rant, which started about a month ago. You remember when I was in Panama City, salute to you, Rekono Ketao, Ketao Miebano. when I was in Panama City, and I did a live stream in Panama City about 3 months ago, I think, Oshay had fled to go to Kenya during the Ugandan elections. I don't know if it was something he did that pushed him out of Uganda at the time. He's made a few trips back after he left and went to Kenya, but he also went to Kenya to set the stage to leave Uganda for good. This is because he's gotten into a lot of problems and possible trouble with some powers that be in Uganda. You guys know how Uganda does shit. Uganda is not like a Kenya or Ghana that has like a functioning democracy. Uganda is a place that is ruled by one guy, okay? So it's very easy to be seen as an enemy, considering the type of videos that Oshay had been doing ever since he started sucking up on Tariq Nasheed. So if you go back, and then I've seen some of your emails. I know some of my Pan-Africans are concerned with some of my rhetoric when I'm talking about the blacks. It's up for debate. You know, like I said, everything is up for negotiations with me. Okay, I'm not a horrible person. Everything is up for negotiations with me. I'd rather not do this shit, bro. You know, I didn't come to America to disrespect black Americans. I'd rather not do this. To be honest, I'd rather not do this. But and I could care less about, you know, crazy chicks on TikTok making stupid videos about Africans, and I don't care because they are not relevant. What I care about is the influences. Street Media TV, you are on warning. I'm warning you. Street Media TV. Nana Kweku is warning you. You are on deck, okay? I'm about to break you up and dismantle you. So Street Media TV, if you are hearing this, you will be on deck very soon, okay? I'm working on you with the stupid ass YouTube videos that you've been making and the dick riding that you've been doing. I got evidence. Oshay called you out because you're riding the dick too much. I'm gonna call you out too. So you better. So those are the guys that I need them to tame down the rhetoric. Then I'll tame down mine because I'm more ridiculous than them. I got no shame, bro. So Street Media TV and CEO Black Alpha Network and Tariq Nasheed. If all these four men tone it down, I will tone it down. If not, we are all gonna bath in monkey poop. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna bath in monkey poop. And it's more offensive to them because I'm disrespecting you on your homeland. And you can't do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit about it. But anyway, yes, sir. Let's get together, man. Let's get together. Let me know, when are you going to Colombia next? Let me know when you're going to Colombia next. So we go back to, if you look at this Kenganda channel, right? Let's look at his videos so you understand what I'm talking about. Did I click on the channel? There we go. So right here, right? So these are the videos that Oshay does on this channel. If you've noticed, when you make a thumbnail with Yoweri Museveni looking like this, you're gonna be in trouble. That is him feeling too confident. Okay, this video right here. If you make a video, even if the video is positive and is in context, if you make a video with Daddy Museveni, you make a video with Daddy Museveni and you're making a mockery of our supreme leader. Okay, this man is our supreme leader. You are going to be in trouble. Okay? Here's another video with Supreme Leader number 2. For those of you who don't know, who are watching from North America, this guy right here is Idi Amin. Some people don't know that, so I'm going to tell you. So that guy right here, this video is Idi Amin. That is the same month. Another disrespect of a former Ugandan leader. So this is 2 thumbnails making a mockery of our current Supreme Leader, Yoweri Museveni, and our former leader right here, Idi Amin. Okay? These other ones don't matter because he's talking about regular folks going to making thumbnails with that for think tank, disrespecting ISO speed and all this bullshit, all negative. So he's doing all these negative things about Africans, about Somalis, about all these other people. Oshay Duke Jackson grew up on the internet. So he's one of those guys that will never have a permanent ideology. They're always going to move around. Okay, these guys are always going to be looking for a home. They are very confused kids with no structure, didn't grow up with any structure, and no leadership. These are not leaders. That's why they're not married. They're not taking the next step. They're not growing. Now, if you go back to his oldest videos, okay, he's doing just regular videos like Entebbe Zoo Tour, welcome to the Kendana channel, doing business in Uganda. Look at how different the content is 6 years ago when he gets to Africa. It's mostly about African people. It wasn't a gossip channel. It was just about regular life on campus, relationships, things that people can joke about, laugh about, and it didn't have any animosity. Well, the Maya goes in, visits much. They talk about marriage and foreigners and marriage, a tour of certain sites in Uganda. If you look at this, there is nothing political. Okay, I'm showing you some years back now. There's nothing political. It's mostly along of young students talking about just normal social life in Uganda. These are the proof. You can't deny this. Most of that is also being done by Ugandan creators. These are all Ugandans that are going around and making these interviews and filming and talking to people. This is what he was doing with this channel. So you have to understand that the man went through an ideological shift and he started disrespecting the host, the people that welcomed him. He started disrespecting them. So look at how different this content is from what it is now. Okay? From what it is now. These are things that he did to himself. He thought he was untouchable because he started getting some YouTube money. You can't do that shit in Africa, man. So all of the things that Oshay is saying these people have done is out of frustration because he doesn't want to be accountable for his bullshit. This is what this is about. Oshay doesn't want to be accountable for his bullshit. This is self-inflicted. I used to warn him. I started warning him 8 months ago to tone it down. I said, you don't have to like us, but at least report factually. And I made a full appeal. I said I did a petition. I made a full appeal to my daddy, Yoweri Museveni. And I said, Yoweri Museveni, this dude don't need to be living here. Okay? So unlike the guys that threaten immigrants with ICE and stuff, at least in the US, you guys have some laws, you have some rules, people have some due process. Over there, there is no due process. If I call on my daddy to get you out of there, if my daddy sees it and he considers it and he feels like I have a point, my daddy will get you the fuck out. Okay, I'm not taking credit for it. I don't know who did this to him, but from what I'm seeing, and I played a little bit of this yesterday. We're going to go catch what I played so that I don't have to go back and forth looking for this. And from sources, because I've been on WhatsApp all day today, Oshay Duke Jackson's work permit has some issues in Uganda. He's in trouble. He can travel there. He can visit. He's not banned from Uganda, but the Ugandans are not feeling him no more. Yes, I agree with you, Monkey Life. The people in power don't trust him anymore. And one thing I wanted to clarify here, they don't also trust him because of how he conducts himself. Like as a man of his age in any African country, there's a way you're supposed to conduct yourself. There's a certain layer of expectation, okay? Like how you speak to people, not using the N-word and swearing and going like being unhinged, his drinking habits, his lack for presentation. Like he will go into a corporate meeting wearing a t-shirt and may have taken a shower. Apparently, he's also very dirty. He doesn't clean up. So he will show up to corporate events wearing a t-shirt that he wore from last night. Like he's filthy like that. He doesn't clean up. Okay, so this is who Oshay Duke Jackson is, and that's what he was doing over there. So he got into a lot of trouble with the people that he worked with, how he presented himself. When you reach a certain age in Africa, there's a certain layer of maturity that they expect you to have. And part of those things is also marriage, right? Because if you are 44, 45 years old, you're going into a corporate board meeting and you're not married, the men just don't take you seriously. You may not like that, fellas, but that is just African culture at play. Africans will never respect you in your 40s if you don't have a wife and if you don't have children. They don't care. We don't care how society has changed, how things have evolved. Men with respect in Africa have wives. And you have this man who has no income restriction. He's making good money. There's a lot of beautiful traditional African women on the ground. There are no laws in Africa like here in the US where women can take all your shit. Over there, the men run the show. And yet he still wasn't moving to the next level. So these people just didn't respect him. They looked at him as a clown, as a sucker, as somebody that was immature, and it was very evident in his videos. They weren't watching much of his main channel, but at least they were watching most of the Uganda channel, because the Uganda channel started talking about diaspora issues and Ugandan issues and Ugandan relationships and just normal African life. And this is what people in the government were looking at. When this Tariq thing started boiling up, I warned Oshay. I don't have a direct access to him. I don't have his phone number, but he's arrogant, so I wasn't going to help him, So, but I was doing this publicly. He was probably thinking, this guy, 500 subscribers, what does he know? All right. Well, if he listened to me like the rest of them, he would not be in trouble. And right now, you guys need to come in hard and come in strong. On Thursday, Mr. Agaba is going to be here with us. I scheduled it during the day so that he can go to sleep. So I'm trying to respect his time. Okay. That's why we're doing it at 10 o'clock. We are also doing only 30 minutes. I don't want to keep him here longer. That's why I've prepared for it, and I've timed up. I've marked all the time of the important allegations so that we can take away the rambling and get him to actually respond to those specific allegations and add some context to it. And then you, the viewers, you guys can make your judgment. I'm not here to make a judgment or to take a side. I mean, I don't like Oshay for sure, right? But I'm also going to be very professional about it. I just want to give Mr. Agaba a chance to tell the American people what happened. So you guys, Oshay says he wants to handle this in the court of public opinion. You guys are the court of public opinion. So you're going to look at the stories, you're going to react to it, and then share your views and thoughts in the comment section. It's going to be up to you, okay? But my dad always used to say, and I said this yesterday, there's always two sides to a story. And so far, all we've had is, if you go to the live stream tab, all we've had with Oshay is this started. If you actually really want to look back, this is when I hope he hasn't deleted those videos. But oh yeah, has he deleted them? Okay, how to avoid shady African diaspora scammers. So this is when he started making those scamming videos. Beware of African YouTuber repart scammers. So this is the first one he did. This is the one that really got people talking. This one right here. Then he followed up and he made another one. I think this is the one me and him got into it. And then he went back and he came back just about the same time. So I'm surprised this was 11 months ago. So he did these videos, okay? Then he just went quiet for a little bit. I think right about this live stream-ish where he was talking about the Hebrew Israelites is about where he started having problems with the government in Uganda. He's deleted a few of the live streams. I don't see some of the other ones here. Black Americans are causing the division with Africans. So this is another rant he went on, talking all kinds of bullshit about Africans. This is still Uganda. I know his Ugandan background when he does live streams in Uganda. And then the election happened, and then he took off and he went to Kenya. But it looks like the Ugandans have finally gotten him. They've officially said, we're not renewing your work permit. This is why Oshay is upset about his $1 million that he spent or invested or put into the Ugandan economy. So he feels cheated by the system because he spent all these years there and they didn't give him a permanent resident. They didn't give him a passport. He would have had a passport if he was in Ghana by now, right? He would have had a Ghanaian passport if he did this shit in Ghana. But he was also very fearful of West Africans because he thought the West Africans were a little bit more shrewd. And so he didn't really want to play in West Africa, right? So that's why he went to East Africa. No offense to my East African brothers, but West Africa is a little bit of a difficult turf for people like Oshay. No, not a big deal. Okay, so he goes to East Africa. He sets up shop. He chooses Uganda, which really shocks me. And he hasn't been able to secure the residency. It feels like he invested in all these talents in Uganda, helped people out. He thought he was part of a community. And then he ideologically shifted to go with the Tariqs. And then he started talking a whole bunch of bullshit. And Africans that used to like him, there was a time that I used to like Oshay Duke Jackson's content. People don't even know that. I think about 4 years ago, I never subscribed to him, but I used to watch all his videos. I used to be a fan of him. I thought he was a reasonable guy. Until I started learning about him, I was like, wait a minute, this guy's an idiot. Why? Really? I was very shocked that he lives this kind of lifestyle. It's like, what? Really? You know, so I started looking at him a little bit differently. But I've never been like a perpetual hater of Oshay. I used to actually like him. But he's also always gone through these layers and, you know, like different ideologies over the years. And now he's a xenophobe, but he's decided that because he lives in Africa, he sometimes tries to walk it back. And the way he does it is he splits his views between his two channels. So on Oshay Duke Jackson, the main channel, he goes very hard on Africans because he thinks Africans don't watch that channel. On Kinganda and Celebrity Junk and all these other channels that he has, he is a little bit more tame there, unless he's talking about specific people. But he may have gotten confused and crossed the lines, and now he's gotten some people scared. He's gotten some people pissed off in Uganda, and they're like, hey, if these are the views you have, then why are you here? Go back to the USA. Oh, so he's been xenophobic since day one. I didn't know that about him. So why go to Africa if you're a xenophobe? Like, just stay home, bro. So, and right now, he doesn't even want to come to the USA because he knows what is about to happen when it comes to the USA. He's a very lazy person. He runs a sweatshop in Uganda. So the people that are doing all these videos, he's able to produce this many videos because he doesn't pay people like he would pay them in the US. And he has a lot of hands that are doing different things, like 3 or 4 different editors. So all these guys are working around the clock, putting his videos out. He just comes and reads the script, and then they record, and then they do all the editing and all the good stuff for him. When he comes back to America, he would have to do all this by himself. So his production numbers will drop. Or he needs to hire people. It's going to cost him more money. And his living expenses are going to be a little bit higher, especially if he decides to go to Sacramento. But I think he hates Sacramento because of his upbringing. So if you watch his last few videos, he's talking about places like St. Louis, Missouri, where it's a little bit cheaper. So he needs to come to the US and incur the cost of running this business and employ Black Americans, because Black Americans, I'll give it, when I have to give people credit, I'll give it to them. Black Americans are good at design, and they are good at creating like stuff like this, like content, entertainment, sourcing the stories. Because the stories that Oshay does are also, he hires people to source these stories. And these are Ugandans going through US media looking for information. They won't have it in context the way a Black American would if he's on the ground. So he would even have more topics to cover if he deals with a Black American audience. Also, he can have co-hosts and other Black people in the US cover for him instead of him reading every script. Because over there in Uganda, because of the accent, Oshay has to read all the scripts, so he has to be involved. But here in the US, he can hire another black guy that has the same black accent to fill in for Oshay and just post it on the Oshay Duke Jackson channel. And nobody will have any, nobody will feel any kind of way about it, okay? He can also involve panels like Anton does with Room 9 and all these other things, and bring a lot more other people in and get into a much better production. I think, and his internet upload speeds will be much better here in the US. This is a better place to create content. He's the only creator sitting in Africa from the US like this. Most of them, except for the travelers, the PP bros, he's the one that is like running a YouTube channel this big on the African continent. The rest are doing it from the US because the US is just a much better place to do this shit, okay? But he had to do this because who is gonna date Oshay, bro? Let's just be honest. Who is gonna date Oshay? Nobody, okay? Even in Uganda, he hasn't had a lot of luck. He's had to pay his way the whole time. And I don't know about hundreds of inventions. I don't believe in any of those inventions. Those are just lies. Where did the invention talent go? When people are good at something, salute to Rainbow, salute to KF. When people are good at inventing and doing stuff, it doesn't stop. Like the Japanese, when they make all these electronics, if you go to Japan, they're still doing it. It's like the Colombians farming cocoa leaves. They discovered cocoa. If you go to Colombia right now, in Catatumbo and all these other places, there's cocoa plants booming there all over the damn place, okay? When you've built something as a group or as a community, you say Google it. Now, why do I have to Google it? If I have to Google it, that means you've lost the plot, bro. It's like saying the Ghanaians know how to weave kente. If you go to Ghana right now, there's proof that Bonre Kente is still existent. We can let's detour a little bit. This is what I've been trying to teach this book. I'm trying to teach you guys a lot of stuff. I'm giving you guys real education. If you go to a town in Ghana, there's a town in Ghana called Bonwire, okay? This is a town in the Ashanti region of Ghana. If you Google Bonwire, it says Bonwire, located in Ghana's Ashanti region near Kumasi, is the renowned birthplace and the center of the Kente weaving cloth. A centuries old, okay? This is hundreds of years, a centuries old tradition. So if you go to Bonwire now, okay? If you run to Bonwire now, and people have gone to YouTube and seen it, and I've played videos like this for you guys to see, you find a generation of Ghanaians that know how to weave this cloth. I'm not from Bonwire. I'm a Ghanaian. I'm not from Bonwire. So I can't weave this. But if somebody says we invented this style of weaving, and the story it started from observing the spider web. This is the story. This is the original story. Legend attributes the creation of Kente to two brothers from Bonwire, Kurungu and Ameyao, who learned to weave by mimicking a spider's web. So they were observing spiders. This is how the Africans learned how to weave the iconic Kente cloth. That's why they weave it in a pattern of how spiders do their web. Okay? So there is something that shows that they invented this stuff because it continues on. When it's only in these Americas that you come and say, oh, we invented the light bulb. And then all of a sudden the inventions died. So what? This new generation of blacks can't invent anything else? Like, you have to have some consistency with the things that you invent. It has to be a cultural thing that continues. That's not the case. It's only this group that I hear all these stories. They build this, they invented this, they do this. And then you go to look at them now, like, there's really no way. Oh, we built this. I'm like, but you don't even have masons. You don't have plumbers. You don't have, it's not there, bro. I don't see it. I see a lot more of you on the internet than I see on a job site. I'm just being honest, man. But I don't want to make this video about FBAs, okay? Today, I'm giving the blacks a bit of a break. So I'm giving the blacks a bit of a break. I'm trying to, I see some of your emails, like I said, some of you reached out and you're asking me to tone it down. So I don't want these conversations to go there, but I also want you guys to really think about this. Not what people have told you, but really asking real deeper questions. Are we really that, or are we saying it to feel good about ourselves? If we are really that, there has to be a history of it, and there has to be some continuity. That's the word. There always has to be continuity if something is culturally associated to you, and if it's still something more dominant with you, like in sports, right? Like NBA and running, track and field. You guys win the medals and nobody disputes that because you're still continuing to do it and you're passing it down one generation after the other. But when it comes to the inventions, it never gets passed down. So what happens there? You know what I'm saying? What happens there? Just think about this more critically. Don't be offended by this, right? Think about this more critically. If you're inventing something like how great you guys are in basketball, how great you guys are in track and field, it doesn't matter what generation this is. Gen X, Black Americans, fabulous at track and field, okay? Gen X, Black Americans, millennial Black Americans, the other groups, salute to you, Colina, for subscribing. All the groups, okay? Again, guys, don't take offense to this. I'm just trying to give you a way to think about this more logically. If you look at all the groups, Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, there's always a generational step. You can move from one generation to the next and see Black dominance in all these things. Boxing, you see it. Yeah, you guys know it better than I do. You can list it from the top of great boxers from Muhammad Ali all the way down to Floyd Mayweather. And now even some new ones coming up, even though some Mexicans have been kicking y'all's asses nowadays, there's still no dispute that, top one, top two, there's a culture of transition from one generation of Blacks to the next generation of Blacks, okay? Track and field, the same thing. Flojo, okay? Flojo, now you're looking at, what's the name of that girl again? Cindy McLaughlin and all these other girls, Delilah Muhammad. I like track and field. That's why I know these names. So there is a generational baton. It's like a baton, you're passing it down. Music, you start with Michael Jackson and the people before him, the jazz and the blues guys. And there's a generation of passing it down. I mean, the YNs have screwed up the music down the line, but there's still no doubt that there is a transition. It goes to Jay-Z, then Kendrick Lamar, then it goes all the way down, then the YNs screw it up, okay? We don't want to talk about the YNs today because that's a whole different group of people. But what I'm saying is that you can always see a transition culturally of something that a society is good at. The Japanese, okay? The games that were played, Nintendo is still relevant. You can see a transition of Japanese dominance in electronics. It's still there, okay? So when they say we invented this, I think those are talking points. Like there really isn't. And most of the times, the few ones that I've looked up, there is no literature to back it. So you really have to look at this more deeply. Don't take the things that people have just told you, because the intent of telling you these things is to make you feel better about yourself, but it's going to limit your ability to compete, because you're going like, yeah, we invented the bulb, so I don't have to go study engineering. Instead of you going to study engineering and figuring out the next invention, they were like, no, yeah, we already did the bulb. We don't have to do anything else. This is the mindset I'm trying to teach people. It's not from a position of hate. I'm just saying that I believe that certain races are good at certain things, and that is very true. But it also doesn't mean that you can't learn, okay? Black people are not the best managers, but we can go to Harvard Business School and learn how to manage, okay? So you can learn certain things. That's just all I'm saying. We don't know how to do things at scale, but we can learn how to do things at scale. It doesn't mean you can't learn it. You can learn. Salute to Justin Harris for subscribing to the channel. You can always learn things at scale. You don't be limited by the fact that I am questioning what certain people invented. If they were really that, if they were inventing these things like that, they'll be passing it down from one generation to the next. And it seems like that is the only area where we don't have any proof that talent is being passed down. But in the other things, we can surely prove that it's being handed down, and nobody disputes that. So if you don't want the layer of dispute, then we need to start trying to dominate in those areas. And I say this for all Black nations, not just the Americans, but everybody else that is melanated. We know our limitations, But we shouldn't look at this as if we can't go beyond our limitations and learn. That's why there are colleges and universities. Just enroll, okay? Enroll, learn, and be able to do it. If I didn't go to college, I wouldn't be able to write a line of code. I'll be sitting down saying, hey, the Ghanaians invented Python programming. And I won't be able to do anything about it, right? I'll just be feeling good that we are Python programmers, and that's not the case. But if I go to college and I pay for a course and I learn how to write a code in Python, then I will become a programmer. That's all I'm saying, okay? You can learn this. Don't look at it as a diss. There's just certain things that we're not really great at, but there's also a lot of things that we're very great at. And again, I'm speaking for all Black nations. But back to our topic. So I think Oshay got run out. I heard he got run out. Okay, I heard he got run out. I'm gonna play my video from why I'm saying this, and then I'll move on to a gentleman called Philidom, and we'll wrap this up because I want to make this very brief today. If we go, I think I still have it. This is a video from 30 minutes. No.
What's going?
Not this one. Not this one. This one right here.
Goats. That's the best thing you niggas can.
So let's go to 30. Oh, yeah.
Facts. All y'all coming down, nigga. On everything. Y'all niggas is all coming down. On my mama, you coming down. Say something. Say something, nigga. So the dude kick us the fuck out. I'm out there, Rachel out there, Simran out there, Jonita out there. They're all looking at me like I'm the dumbest motherfucker in the world, and I am. We done got embarrassed and kicked up and ran up out of there. All the little actors and shit like that, I still had to pay them niggas. So I'm hitting them up, bruh. What's up, man? You done got me kicked out this motherfucker. Oh, bro. So the dude, he didn't, so basically, once all this shit happened, I went back into my receipts. Had to go head on and report him. Yeah, I had to get him too. He next. Had to get him too. But see, Agaba knew this shit the whole entire time. When I told him about what happened to me, oh, man, that's fucked up. Oh, man, that's shady, bro. See, that's how that nigga is. So you run me into the wall and then act like you wasn't driving the car. See, I didn't know it then. But that's how hoe-ass niggas will do you. Run you into the wall and act like, man, you might not like him, but when it comes to taking advantage of me, you like him. That's what you niggas do in Africa. A lot of y'all niggas play them little games. No, I'm gonna speak my piece. Nigga, let them do something about it. Nigga, any of you niggas out there, do something. That's what I'm telling you, bitch ass niggas. Do something about what the fuck I'm talking about, nigga. Do it. Anybody gonna be walking around in fear because of you bitch ass niggas? None of you niggas, ain't nobody scared of you niggas at all. I've been told you, nigga. On my mama, I ain't scared of none of you niggas in Africa, nigga. On my, I walk out here by myself every motherfucking day, nigga. What you gonna do?
Okay, so for my American audience, just so you know in context, Oshay is not the toughest guy, okay? But again, I've been on record for saying I don't want anything to happen to him. Because without Oshay, I'll have nobody to tease on the internet. Like my YouTube channel would die without Oshay, okay? So I don't want anybody to harm Oshay Duke Jackson. If anything, I want them to give him more life, all right? I just want this beef to be on the internet. I don't want anything to happen to him. I don't hate him like to where, no, that's not what it is. I just don't like his lifestyle, period. I don't like the way he does things. I don't like his lifestyle. I don't like how he treats people. That's it. But I don't hate him. I don't want anything to happen to him. I want him to stay alive so that I can check him on the internet. That's all I care about, okay? But just to put this in context, Oshay is not in Uganda while recording this video. So that's just talking tough, but it's a different country, okay? I know some of you sometimes think that these countries are all the same. No, they're not, right? The guys in Kenya can't do shit in Uganda. The guys in Uganda can't do shit in Kenya, all right? So they're completely two different countries. It's like Mexico and the US. Even though they're all on the same continent, it is really like that, okay? It is really like that. You just can't go in. Sometimes we need visas to go to other African countries, all right? Now, the East Africans don't, but you have to still go through the border. You have to get checked in. So yeah, nothing is going to happen to him. It's not a big deal. but he's giving you guys this feeling like he's some people are gonna get worried for him. You don't be worried, he's gonna be fine. All right, let's stay on the message.
No, I'm not talking no motherfucking professional. Them niggas wasn't talking professional with me. That's what they do. They want you to then, when you start getting turned up and all type of shit, they come out there and, oh, see, you're too angry. See, nobody should work with you. Man, fuck y'all niggas and y'all money, nigga, in this industry. Flat out. You niggas scammed. And if any of you niggas said that y'all niggas didn't do it, prove that I'm lying. Let's take it to court. Let's go to court so the courts can see that what I said about you niggas and your scamming ass is all true. Then the whole country will see it. The whole country will see it. Say I'm lying. You better shut your bitch ass up and take this L, nigga. That's what you get for trying to fuck with me. Take a L, nigga. Sit down. Go to the back of the bench. Move out there where your daddy got his farm at and all that shit and raise goats. That's the best thing you niggas can do. Shut your motherfucking ass up. Because see, gatekeepers, what they do is they want to keep everything in the dark and informal. And they expect that they can do their shit and won't nobody say nothing about it. Now I got a whole bunch of stuff to say about it. I got a lot of stuff to say about it. I know a lot about Agaba. This ain't the only thing I know about it. I know a whole lot about his ass. He got anything to say, and I can tell you right now, man. Want me to take the video down? Tell you what I can do. All the money that you owed and cost me since I've been fucking with you, all my forward progress and sleepless nights and me having to go head on and fight cases with these other niggas, it's about $200,000. You pay me that money, hey, I won't send nothing more. That's even split for me. I think it's about $250,000 what you owe me. You owe me about $250,000. Until you pay me that money, I'm gonna keep telling it. You owe me about $250,000, nigga. So what they do is they want you to operate in the dark. Because
I think I missed the cue. What did I go further back? There's one more here, -5. So let's go to 127 right here.
Plenty of other motherfuckers and if you don't want to fuck, I gotta tell you fuck you. I tell you fuck you. Take your money and go the fuck on. I can sit up right here doing dusty news, nigga, and getting paid. I can roast niggas right here on Uganda and make thousands of dollars a month talking about you niggas on here. I don't need y'all. The fuck you talking about, nigga? I'm independent, nigga. Nah, listen. So guys, like I said, clip it up, repost it, and I'm out. Hold on. Who gonna be next? That's all I gotta say. One of you niggas try me again, nigga. And if somebody gonna leave the country, nigga, it's not gonna be me, nigga. It'll be your motherfucking ass.
Okay, so you heard that. If somebody's gonna leave the country, it's not gonna be me, but he's already left the country. And from what I'm hearing, he can travel to Uganda on his, because the US and Uganda has an agreement. You can travel, I think, for 30 days or 60 days, 90 days. I don't know what the rules are. We can check it. You know, on this show, we like to be factual. So I can just check US visa requirements. Okay. For Uganda. Oh, no. It's Uganda visa requirements for US citizens. So let's go the other way. So I just copy this. Okay. So for the US, citizens require a visa to enter Uganda, which should be obtained online. So it's an e-visa system at least 10 days before your travel. You need to have a valid passport for 6 months, a yellow fever vaccination, a photo, and a flight itinerary. The single entry is for about 90 days. So you can stay for about 90 days. So he can still travel to Uganda for 90 days. And I think you can also do the East African visa for $100, which allows you multiple entry. And you can also go through an embassy. So you can go to Kenya and go to the embassy there and just get a visa for 6 to 24 months. But each trip, I think your stay limit is about 90 days. But Oshay also needs a work permit to be able to work in Uganda. And I think that is what has been restricted. Shout out to you, Focus, for letting me know. Yes, so that has been restricted. So he can't operate out of Uganda. This is why he's upset with these guys, okay? I was trying to catch the other one. I don't have my notes here. Let me go back and look at my notes. But I think it's... I skipped that one. Let's see. Oshay. Where's my Oshay file? Oshay file. Right here. So this is my Oshay file. If I go to the minute marker, the fuck? Where did it go? Okay, right here. Kicked out. I put it not. Okay, it's 30. So I don't know why we missed that. Let's go back and see. Maybe some of you heard it and I didn't. It should be on a 30 mark.
Invest into that country. Over $1 million since I've been there. So if I gotta go, y'all coming down with me.
So that's it right here. You heard it. So if I gotta go, y'all gotta come down with me. They got him out of there. As we say in Espanol, se fue. He's gone. They got him out of there. They got his ass out of there. So this is why he's upset. Okay, but Agaba is gonna come on Thursday. Maybe he'll get to that part of the story. Maybe he wouldn't. We want to respect him and stay within the scope for him to be able to tell us his side of the story. Before we wrap this up, I want to cover this because this is in line with what we talked about yesterday. Okay. Well, before we get there, I was just checking on Kid Greatness's other channel to see how he's doing. As you've noticed, since the last time we reacted to this channel, I think he got the news. He has stopped making these videos. So he's completely left YouTube. Okay. The new finance type of YouTube that he was trying to do, as you can see, it wasn't going well. 52 views, 38 views, 23 views. Because he didn't want his previous viewers to know that he was starting out a new project to build a channel again. See, these guys got viewers during COVID. They can't get that kind of build YouTube channels to 30,000, 20,000 this fast anymore. Now you really have to put in the work to earn a subscriber. It's hard, man. Sometimes you go a whole week, you only have 1 or 2 guys subscribe. It's very difficult. So they're not going to build channels that fast like they used to anymore. You know, people are out there trying to work and make a living. They don't have time to be subscribing to shit. So this new channel has also failed. So it looks like Mr. Bobby here is in big trouble, bro. He's not doing well, you know, and which is an advice to the young people that are watching me. You remember, I was telling you guys 8 months ago, this lifestyle, everybody that involves themselves in this will come home. The ones that will not come home, they have to scam their audience. They need super chats. They need memberships. They need to buy products. They will sell you stuff on a live stream. Every live stream, they'll be selling you stuff. And you're going to be hearing phrases like, hit the cash app. Okay. You know, Mr. Hit the Cash App himself, Austin Holloman. So every sentence you're going to hear, hit the cash app. And that is a problem. You know, when I go, if you can't do YouTube except for the guys that do this full time and it's their job and they've built the audience to really make this a job. If you really have to beg your audience to be able to pay your light bill and to live, I think you shouldn't do this shit. This should be entertainment and that's it. Okay. So when you hear things like hit the cash app, run away. Okay. Run away. Don't even listen to the next video. Just be done with it. Hit the cash app, be done with it. Because when those cash app scams run out, you know if they really want to do this out of the passion of their hearts, or they need you to fund their lifestyles overseas. Okay? And when these cash apps dry out, these guys will return to the US and they'll look like this. Okay? Look at, I bet he wishes he will get all the money back from the girls that charge him $100 a box all these years. You know, the amount of bucks this guy has paid for can build a small house in Nairobi. I guarantee you that. This guy could have built himself a small house in Nairobi with all the donations that y'all sent him for the last 2 to 3 years. But he paid for bucks. Okay, he spent all that money, he paid for bucks. And now people don't want to give them the money anymore. I heard he's over here doing DoorDash. Okay, he's over here doing DoorDash. This is sad. He could have earned a degree from the university in Nairobi somewhere and then come here and try to get a job somewhere in marketing or in corporate somewhere, you know, maybe something entry level because of your acquired skills. You know, this African and diaspora wars that you guys talk about and you fight and talk about, a lot of us, we don't even do our undergraduate degrees in the US. We do it there. So we come in already with bachelor's degrees. We don't come here trying to get into 4-year colleges. Most of us come here already with a bachelor's degree. So we just have to do a little bit to get into those big jobs. We just do maybe 2 years, you know, and then we get a master's degree, then we go to college. We get that big job and we're done. We don't need to like stress yourself out with big student loans and all that bullshit. So these guys had a prime opportunity to use their subscribers' money to go to a low-cost African university. Heck, go study African studies. Go study Swahili. He could be here in the US teaching Swahili. As an American, that would be nice. He come over to the US, he has a career with it, and, you know, all the delinquent shit that he did overseas will be forgiven because he came back with some skills. Now he's over here doing struggle YouTube. It's not working. He's back driving DoorDash. You know, when I go on the Rambo guys, when I scan and follow them, a lot of them are doing Uber and they're doing little gig economy things because they've never filled out a job application. These guys all travel. Salute to you, Breaks 92. These guys traveled overseas, never worked a job in the US. So they didn't even know how to put down a job application. So for the old guns that are here, please get the likes up, man. Help me get the likes up. The old guns that are here, y'all remember in the old days, we had to take pen and paper and fill out an application and take it to a job site and ask for the job. Nowadays, you can do it on the internet, man. You can do it online, send an application in. These guys have never applied for a job. It depends, bro. I mean, what do you mean, all right? He's almost 30 years old, bro. He's almost 30. At 30 is not, you see, this is what I keep saying this, man. To put that in perspective, at 30, I was already working in corporate America. I got out of grad school, I think, at 28. So 30 is not as young as we make it out to be, bro. And somebody, when we did the BMT video yesterday, somebody was talking about, BMT was talking about early retirement. Part of your early retirement strategy is not just stocks and bonds. Most of that is also real estate. And at 30, maybe you should be on your second home already. Like maybe at least flipped one, lived in one, sold one. You know, so if you don't get in your real estate, if you don't start building your equity with your age very early on, you know, you don't start building equity very early on. Most homes will accrue good equity in 10 years. At 30, he doesn't have, Austin Holloman says he doesn't have good credit. He was very open up about that. He says, I don't have good credit. So these guys have to come back home, build credit, get a full-time job, raise a down payment. This guy will never be a homeowner unless he wins the lottery, bro. These things are very serious. You don't have a lot of time like that. Unless you're just trying to be regular. Okay, if you're trying to be regular, yeah, no big deal. But if you're trying to build something, real estate is part of the game. You got to be able to have that down payment, even if you do like a state-sponsored program to help you out with a down payment. You still got to come out with the closing costs, 6% of the property. The median home right now in the U.S. is, I think, about $380,000. And most of that is in the middle. These guys are all from the coast. He's from New Jersey. So even if he's trying to get into real estate now, and you get all these federal programs to help you get in because like you don't have a lot of money down, you still need to have saved at least $30,000 to get in. He doesn't have that. So he will never be a homeowner unless he marries a woman that already has a house. So this is the amount of damage that these people do to themselves. This lifestyle is good if you are, maybe you've worked, you've had a regular job, you have a normal job, you're working, you've saved some money, you have some 401k money, and you set out yourself to retire early. Or you have a remote job like I do. So I work remotely. You all know, I tell you guys my story. I work remotely, so I can work in any part of the globe. Okay, that's why I can take up and go live in Colombia and work for years. I can go live in Ghana and in Zambia and work from there and still get paid USD and nothing changes. The only problem with me is I still have a home here in the US. So even if I leave, I still have to pay my mortgage. So I'm just stuck here, bro, until I sell up and leave. So if you're thinking about equity and be able to, like, say you want to retire with $1 million, you have to at least get into real estate by the time you're 25. You should already be in your first home, so that by the time you're 35, you've built about $80,000 to $100,000 in equity, depending on the home, the zip code where you're at. And if you flip and get into another one that you got a deal on, you'll be able to accrue more equity with time. And eventually, when you feel like you've reached that early retirement, you can combine your assets from real estate and stocks and all the other stuff that you've done right and the money that you've saved. And you can like, okay, let me go live somewhere cheaper. These guys were traveling and they were just buying prostitutes at a very early age. When you do that, you're spending the money that comes in. Austin Holloman doesn't cook. He just eats at a restaurant. So the man is eating steak dinner every day. That's at least $50 a day you got to spend overseas on just food. Meanwhile, the guys that are watching me and me, we're cooking food at home, we're going grocery shopping, and our money is stretching out a little bit further than they think that theirs is, okay? And this is why they are all coming back home broke. They are really broke. I can tell that this, guys, I don't get a lot of credit for what I do, but for me to do this YouTube stuff, I have to go and watch these motherfuckers. Okay? No, he didn't buy nothing, bro. He bought box. Mrs. Well, I'm reading your comment. He bought box. He bought prostitutes. He didn't buy land, didn't buy nothing. For me to do what I'm doing, I have to go in and watch these guys live stream every day and clip the moments. So it takes a lot of time, and then I have to put all this together, and I get a lot of help from Kobe and KF and the guys that send me text messages with links. So sometimes, and time markers, so sometimes it simplifies my work. But when I don't get that, I have to physically go. You know how hard it is to watch 10 minutes of Austin Holloman? It's like punishment, bro. If you have to watch Austin Holloman for 10 minutes and you're not really a fan before that, it's like punishment. It's the hardest thing to do. It's harder than working on the construction site. What? Bo said that's a lie. You only need $5,000 or $6,000 for a down payment. What, are you buying a home in the hood? I've bought 3 homes in America. I have 2 homes right now as I speak to you. I just closed on this one in July. I've not even been here a year. I'm a perpetual real estate investor. I was actually looking at rental property, new construction. I was looking at the new construction in Princeton, Texas, right here, not too far from me. That is in the early 300s. And my real estate guy is a Ghanaian guy. I do real estate, so I know exactly what I'm telling you. $5,000 to $6,000. It's either you're buying a property in the hood, you're buying some rundown shit, okay, or you're doing one of these state programs with zero down. If you're doing zero down, that's just that means you're not ready. You're gonna lose your home, okay? Zero down. Then let's say zero down. Then what is that? The 5 to 6K. What about a real estate agent? Real estate agents will make more than $6,000 on the property. Okay, so who's gonna pay the real estate fee? The seller? It depends on what you're buying. Are you buying new construction? Are you buying an existing home? An existing home, the sale rate is, they need 6%. Your closing cost is going to be about maybe 3%, 1% origination fee for the loan. If you actually really know how the numbers work, you got to come up with some money, bro. If anybody sells your home, unless you're doing a rent to own, or you're buying some shit in a hood for $50,000, man. You know, but if you're doing even a first-time home buyer, which is a federal program, for you to qualify for an FHA, you need 3.5% down. I can Google it. You know, this channel is also an education channel, so you guys can learn a few things. If you want to look at the FHA loans, there you see. These are government-backed loans. There's also an the housing guys, they give you a 10. The Department of USDA also has a loan program for like rural properties. If you're buying in the rural, you get a little bit of that. But here's the things that you need to do. Like the easiest loan, that is, these loans are designed for brokies. Okay, FHAs are designed for brokies. So I'm not dissing anybody that uses it, but that is why, because the government is kind of guaranteeing some of the risk. That is why the entry requirements are very easy. But these are the entry requirements. So let's do some learning. Okay, the down payment is 3.5%. So if you look at today's median home in America, which is, let's say, even if we're very generous, hood property, $100,000, you need $3,500 just in down payment. You know what I'm saying? That is a hood property, $100,000. There is no home in America for $100,000, but I'm being generous. With the $6,000 that you gave me, if you do an FHA, that is $3,500 just in down payment. Then you got to make sure that you meet the minimum credit score requirement, which is 500, all right, which I assume most people should make it. Then you got to do this. This is what a lot of people don't know. When you do these FHAs, there's something called the premium mortgage insurance, which you got to come up with. It's 1.75% of the loan. So if you look at that, that's another $2,000 that in your 100,000 loan you got to put up. That brings your number now to about $5,000 right there. A lot of your money is now gone. And then there is closing costs. The government doesn't pay your closing costs. So you got to come up with the money for closing costs, unless you get the state to give you down payment assistance. Some states have it. Okay. Some blue states will have that. Or what is the other one? Some programs. There used to be a program I knew. I've forgotten the name of it. If I remember it one day, I'll tell you guys about it. But there's a program that is also there to kind of help you a little bit and kind of ease up your down payment. But these are all mortgages you're buying with some help. Okay, this is not real market. This is what they call subprime. It means you are not ready. They're just trying to help you. They're hooking you up. All right. I see Penny because these are the guys that I do my loans. So this is one of the things. And this is what we also have to remember. What is the median home price in the US? And you also need to have the income, and the FHA requires that you've worked for 12 months. These guys were abroad. You know what I'm saying? These guys were abroad. So if you have to work for 12 months, then, you know, but this is the median home price. It's gone up. It used to be in the 2-somethings, right? Look at how far. I was even generous by saying 300,000. It is 400,000 right now for the median home price for 2026. So home prices are not cheap unless you're trying to buy a chicken coop. All right. So these guys are not going to get into no home that easily. And also you have to be able to maintain the home, right? You have to be able to pay the mortgage and pay the PMI and then pay the interest, the principal, pay the HOA fees. What's the other one that is on there that I don't like? There's some other stuff that you need to pay. And taxes. Here in taxes, people don't know that. Here in Prosper, okay, I kid you not, I'm not bullshitting. I pay $13-something a month in just property taxes. A month. That's how crazy Texas property taxes are. 13-something a month in Texas. So in all these other places, some states have lower property taxes, but property tax here, because of the schools, property tax here is no joke. So you got to tag that on top of your mortgage. So on a $400,000 home, even in Texas, If depending on where you're gonna find it, if you will find it, I don't think you'll find it here in Dallas, but if you find it, you will probably end up paying another $900 to $1,000 or maybe $800 a month in just property taxes. It's not easy to be a homeowner nowadays like it used to be. Okay, this is when you're buying new construction because it comes with some deals. If you're buying an existing home, bro, most people won't make it. But this is not a joke, and you need to still have proven about 12 months of W-2 income. If you're 1099 like they were on YouTube, the 1099 rules are different. You need to have 2 years. So they can't even off the bat, they haven't worked long enough to be able to buy it. Oh yeah, you have a loan, you don't own your property, but you have to, people don't understand that it's a mortgage system, you know. But for my age, again, remember, like in my case, right? I'm on my third home. My second home is paid off. It's a rental property. It's paid off. Okay. I have equity that I've piled up from my previous homes that I was able to do 20% down on this one. Okay. But this is a pretty big property. This is 4,200 square foot. So this is really big. In this part of Prosper, it's quite expensive. It's like almost $1 million. So it's a lot of money. So this is like a kind of a chill house, like a waste chill house, a little bit not designed for the equity game. It's just because we felt like buying it. Okay. That's just the only thing. We went a little bit against our rules. I'll put it that way. But can we pay it off? Yes, we can. We could pay it off if we want to. We have a lot of equity in the other property to pay this one off. But we don't want to do that because you want to be always able to leverage these loans to get into the next one if you're trying to do one. We might be doing, I did a vlog on it, but I haven't posted it on the channel. But we might do a few other properties here in the Dallas area before, before the market goes crazy again. Because there's a lot of deals now around Princeton, around Salina there. They're doing a lot of deals. So we're like, yeah, we might do one for rental. I like the new properties for rental because then you don't have to fix a lot of shit and you can charge a lot of money for it. You know, it goes against the conventional rules, but it works for me. But anyway, too much of my stuff. Let's go to Philly Dom and we will, I'm way past my target. Let's go to Philly Dom. So this guy, Austin is going to Vietnam. Too sad. So he's still on the, this guy, I used to like Philly Dom. You know, I hate that I'm doing this video about him. He's probably going to call me a hater. But I want to do it so that I can warn my friends. Okay. You see him in a thumbnail 13 hours ago, having a good time, enjoying his life. I felt bad for him when I started watching his videos last year. These are the videos that Philly Dom was doing, and people were calling him out, okay? Because his views dropped, he was struggling, he came back home. He was literally like struggling to get a job. He had to go to Alaska. To work fisheries, okay? Right here somewhere. But he's over there back on the road acting a fool because of bucks. You see, he's gone back out there doing the same shit. And now the only difference is he's no longer getting the views. This guy he has more subscribers than Austin Holloman. And he's getting the same amount of views that I get on YouTube. Okay. This is when he was traveling huge. Then he came here, as you can see,
on the channel. So I'm real structured and focused right now. So I read everything. I read everything and I know everything. But that's why I took this type of job, because of the flexibility. You know what I mean? I helped so many people get this job. I wrote books. I wrote a book, not books. I wrote books. But I wrote a book about working here in Alaska and how to get this job. So I'm well versed in this type of job. People think,
I heard this is a tough job. So this boy, after all the years of traveling, he came back. He tried to work. He went to this fisher's job and he was struggling. Bro, this guy was struggling even to walk. Because for his age, I think he's hitting 50. For his age, he should not be doing this. Okay, he should not be doing this. Look at him. He's struggling. He's struggling. And a few guys called him out. There were some black guys in the comments that really called him out and said, bro, you need to get your life together, bro. This is not it. And I thought that he was going to maybe use this as a way to raise some money, to get his life back together, maybe get into a more stable employment here and there. He did this for the season. He raised a little bit of money. As you can see, you're struggling. This was a tough job. There was other videos of him that, like he was showing the real deal. I think this is one of the...
Yeah, the shift last night was pretty rough, man. Pretty rough, man. I'm pulling fish out of a tank.
You heard him? He said that shift was pretty rough.
Yeah, the shift last night was...
Bro, I think he's 50. He's probably older than 50.
Pretty rough, man. Pretty rough, man. I'm pulling fish out of a tank by hand. He did it a little bit last night.
They said you over there last night.
Yeah, get a little redundant, man. You know what I mean? I'm actually good at it. I don't know if that's a skill set you want to have. What do you do good? I pull fish out of a tank. That's my job. I'm a professional fish puller. Yeah, so it was a little rough and tough.
Yeah.
And then, the totes keep coming. They keep giving you...
See, I don't knock jobs and people's hustles, but here's one thing I want men to understand here. When you do these jobs and you quit and you go overseas and you travel a little bit and you come back and you start again, you are leaving gaps in your employment history. So when you do that, you don't show any consistent work, especially now that the job market is shitty, it makes it very difficult for you to get work. So I don't advise that people do this shit. If you're going to go do this, just go all in and do it, bro. But if you're going to go work, this is why he likes this job, because he can come in, it solves his problems for 4 months. He does it for 4 or 5 months. And then he goes back out traveling again, but he doesn't make money traveling. Okay, because the channel is not getting the views that he used to get. His channel is like completely dead at this point. So if you look at him and how he's struggling and describing how the job is, you would think he will learn a lesson from it and say, guys, man, let me just, maybe save up this money. If the plan is to go live overseas, maybe use that as starter capital to start a business over there and be able to live there. That's not what they're doing. These guys are eating steak, man. Because I watched some of his videos. They're still eating steak every day.
More and more fish. So it's like, no matter how fast you work, no matter how slow you work, it keeps coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
It keeps coming.
Yeah. We're going to start getting a little bit more in depth, and I'm going to show you, different facilities and stuff like that. But, when you work for these different companies, far as how you can get more hours and stuff like that. But trust me when I tell you this, I'm gonna keep it 100,000% with you guys. Once you can go on 16-hour shifts, you ain't gonna want no more smoke after.
16-hour shifts, bro. Man, these long names y'all got on YouTube, man. Brought New York says Philly Dom needs to focus on his health and what he can do to prepare for his retirement. YouTube travel vlogging is a young man's game. I agree, man. This is not for. I really like this guy. I hate that I'm doing this video. Because I like him on a personal level. I really like him, man. I think he's a good guy because I've watched him for many years. But I hate that I'm doing this video, and I'm a little bit upset. That's why I had to do the video. I'm upset because I was rooting for him when he was doing this. And I was like, I hope he can convert this into something more permanent and just do the rest of his YouTube as, it's hard. It's hard to let go when you've built something up to 160,000 subs and you're not even getting the views. It's still hard to let go. But the reason he got those views at the time was, COVID. People had more time off. People were more interested in the chicas and the beautiful girls overseas. People love that shit, bro. So it was the right time and they made the right money. But at some point, it's either you pivot into a different type of content. You got to be very quick with that pivot, because if you don't, then your audience is just never going to tune in. Or you just have to move on to something else and just just do YouTube for fun and just keep it going. When he made that video saying he was going out to Vietnam and he's gonna start traveling again, I knew he was making the same mistake, and he's gonna end up coming back. Only this time, he'll be much older, very unhealthy, and most likely may not be able to get through that job. And I hate that for him. And again, he's gonna watch this video and say, Nana is hating on me. I really like this guy. This is why I hate that I'm doing it. But I like younger people more, and I want to use him as a case study so that you guys don't end up doing this shit. Okay?
After that, you ain't want no more smoke after that, cause
I'm back grinding. Ain't no glamour in that factory floor. Just me, my grind, and the ocean's roar. Self-preservation, stay sharp in the head. Sleep 4 hours, work 16 instead. Non-stop, turn struggle to a story.
Yeah, it's a 16-hour shift, so it's not easy, man. I used to put those 16 hours at Halliburton, and even as an engineer, I was like, God damn, that was rough, man. You know, got my blood pressure, gave me blood pressure issues for sleeping less, drinking caffeine all the time to stay up. You know, doing engineering stuff. But then I was looking at guys that were actually physically working on outside the van. I was like, what the fuck? But bro, this is not it. So this is what he was doing. This is what he's doing now. And I want you guys just to be objective. Is it even worth it? You know, like you're looking at these, I'm like, some of his videos during the migrant crisis, he had a couple videos that made a million views. So he got some money, about 20 grand here, maybe 10 grand here, 10 grand here, 20,000. Where is that money now? Gone, right? Let me go to latest. This is him now. I want to play one that has a chica, because it's always better when you play the ones that have a chica. That way you know what he's doing with his life. Cambodia. Look at that man. They just put food in his mouth. Somebody that was struggling to work in Alaska got a chick feeding him. That's why he traveled, right? Like this. Look at this shit. Look at it. See, Toto, you know what I've been telling people, man. Vagina will let you do certain things that sometimes you're going to look back and say, was it all worth it, bro? You shouldn't be doing this at this age. You should have done this in your 20s and be done with it. At this point, you should be piling up on the 401k. I saw somebody in the comments talking about retirement. You should be, you know, catching up on your retirement account, making sure that you're putting things in place, having a retirement strategy. And, you know, I'm not saying don't entertain yourself and don't have fun. That's not what I'm saying, bro. But this 50-year-old man should not be walking around Cambodia with some 20-year-old girls that are feeding him and he's all excited about it. You should have done that a long time ago, bro. It's not all that great. Damn, he's on a double date? A man getting 2 in 1, man. Come on. You know, and these girls in Southeast Asia, they really know how to play the game. Like, you see, they're all excited, camera ready. Oh, too good, man. You know, get a few. I mean, how much can this man even do at this age and with that struggles that he's going through? Come on, bro. Come on, dog. How much can he do? Hey, my man looking fresh, man, compared to them Alaska videos. Yeah, see, shit. My man looking fresh, all cut up. He got 2 with him, man. He got 2. Come on. Yeah, he got 2, man. I don't know if it's like a double. He paid for 2. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can. In Southeast Asia, $40 a box. So, Port City, salute. Anyone over 21 is fair game. Yeah, it looks like he's taking them both, man. Come on. I want to look at some of the comment section. How many views did this get? He got quite a bit of views on this one. 5,300. Cool vibes. Cambodia is a hidden gem. Okay. Yeah, see, Bully got 2 Johns and he liked it. Yep, he's paying, man. He's paid. He took 2. He went for the real deal. Come on. Look at the irony, right? Some monks passing by and my man is sticking 2 with him. Hey, so this is Philly Dom, man. Don't be like him because he's going to come back home. I know he's going to come back home. You know, this time he's lasted longer than I thought because when I first watched his video when he was going out there, let me see how long he's been out there. He definitely has lasted longer than I thought. This is when this is about when he was starting to wrap it up, right here somewhere. Don't waste your time. So sometimes they go through those emotions, they talk about it. Yep, this is the first time he left. So he left 4 months ago. It's still too early. Give it another 6 months. He'll be back. Give it another 6 months. He'll be back. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all tonight. I'm going to close this out. Thanks for coming through. We have, I think I'll take the day off tomorrow. And so we can prepare and set up for Agaba on Thursday. It's at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. So mark your calendars. Please turn on your notification bells so that if I come on, you guys can hear it. And let's hear his side of the story. Now, before, what do I mean? It's $40 per box. I'm just guessing I don't know what prostitutes cost in Cambodia. I've never been. Was it in Cambodia? Was it Cambodia? Let me go back up and see. Somewhere there in Southeast Asia. Where was he? Somewhere. Which one did we just watch? Yeah, he was in Cambodia. So he was somewhere in Cambodia. He's somewhere around that area. Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, all them places. Pattaya, Thailand. Yeah, it's all that area is just prostitutes, bro. Like that part of Southeast Asia started with the Europeans. So it's all them girls are working. Yeah. Philly Dom reacts to haters and critics in Thailand. Let's see what he's talking about.
So, Big Dog, thank you for your advice.
I told you, they all eat at restaurants. So it's not like they're going there and saving money while they're creating content when they do the live streams and you give them super chats because they don't cook and they're on perpetual vacation. They don't save any of the money that they get from their audience to just go back and eat steak. These guys eat more steak than you would in a week. They eat more steak than you would in a year. And that's a fact because, again, I watch them. I watch their lifestyles because that's the only way I can create this content, right? I got to watch them. And
us fat guys got to stick together.
Down wave, yeah, we can't be dreaming your head. Oh, yeah, chasing.
You think I ain't see that comment, Big Dog? Well, this video today is dedicated to you. Let's see if we can find ourselves some salad. I'm leaving my hostel, 18 coins right here. Right now, I'm sitting here editing another video. I found a weakness in pataya, pancake, potato. I don't care if y'all get irritated.
Channel my back foot. You're on holiday.
So you say, all right, I hear you, my brother.
How far?
Huh? I'm from the States, man.
But where?
Oh, Philly.
Now you long travel, boss. Long travel.
Oh yeah, long travel, boss. I know you from England. London or
no. London's on
Graves. Where you at?
London.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
London,
He said that's the only one to count. Oh wow.
Yes. I'm hoping the people there know London the only one that counts.
This guy looks like he's mentally retarded, whoever this dude is. Why do I don't envy people, man. I don't want you people to make these kind of mistakes. Look at this guy. How can I envy this guy? He seems like he's never hit the gym his whole life. Talking all retarded. Dude, you gotta show me something to be envious of, bro. Like, I'm more sophisticated than this bullshit. And I'm well traveled than them. And you know the difference too is I travel with my own money. I travel with my own money, okay? And when I'm traveling, I got 3 other people that have to be on the same flight with me. So I pay 4 tickets. Why can I? Well, how should I be jealous of people? I pay 4 tickets. These guys have no responsibility. Why should I be jealous of them? Look at him. How can you be jealous of this guy? Look at this dude. Seems like he's never hit the gym his whole life. Talking all retarded. Philly Dom working an Alaska job. Why can I be jealous of him? I'll never work a job like that. Never. Absolutely not. That's bottom of the barrel shit, bro. There's levels to this thing, you know? There's a lot more levels to this shit. I'll never work a job like that. Never will. Why would I do that? No. Give me something more better to be jealous of, man. I can't be jealous of things that is at the bottom. Okay. Let the white boys come in and tell me they're jealous. I make a mockery of this shit. This is why I'm doing this. So that young people don't end up like these fools. Okay? That's all it is. So that young people don't end up like this. If you like it, go over there and keep doing it. Keep doing it while we sit out here and watch you guys and make fun of you. He's going to come back. You know, yesterday I showed you the other guy. Where is he now? Another guy that I used to like. Passport Dog. Man, you guys won't even let me go to sleep. With your bullshit complaints. These black people complain too much, man. Look at this guy. He clapped all the chicks in the world. Where is he now? This guy is depressed. Kid Greatness is depressed. Austin Holloman is depressed. This guy is depressed. He's so depressed he doesn't even make YouTube videos anymore. Look at him. He hasn't made a video in 6 months. He did make 2 or 3 videos. When he came back, he took it down because it's so embarrassing. He took that video down. He went there in 2018 and he's back with nothing. He's got no skill, no degree, absolutely nothing. How can I be jealous of this shit? This is bottom of the barrel stuff, bro. No, I'm right here in the U.S. What do you mean I'm in my shithole of Ghana? I'm right here in America. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm beating you all right here in your home turf. I'm killing it right here on your home turf. A master's degree in mathematics and computer science from Illinois State University. Everybody that watches me knows this shit. I don't need to tell you that. You see what is happening here? I'll show you my tab of the shit that I spend my time on. I'm looking at graduate programs at Harvard. This is me right here. I'm looking at graduate programs at the extension school at Harvard, thinking of starting next year. Because I got a little bit of time on my side and my company is going to pay for it. That's what I spend my shit doing. You think I have time for your bullshit and the things that you guys are wasting your time on in America? I came here to conquer, bro. I'm not playing games. I'm looking at the management program right here. This is it. I didn't just open these tabs. They've been open. There's 3 tabs that have been opened. That means I have intent. Okay? I'm trying to go to Harvard. That's what I'll be using my YouTube money for. Okay? I don't have time for your bullshit. All right? You guys don't have creators like me. That's why I came on YouTube to take out their bullshit. Because I got tired of them misleading a lot of young men. I'm helping your community. I'm helping a whole lot of people. By being truthful, I've never taken money from anybody. I don't sell courses. I can run a whole programming course and teach people career courses and charge $5,000, $10,000 for it. I don't do that. I give people good materials to read. I give people some game on where to invest money and shit to do. absolutely free. I'm coaching some of your people, the same black people that you say that I hate. I'm coaching some of them free, absolute free. I'm being a mentor to people in your community for free. They are in my email right now. They are reaching out to me and I'm helping them out for free. I don't ask what their ethnicity is. I only call out the bullshit. That's what this channel is about. I call out the bullshit. This is what I'm thinking of spending my AdSense money on. I'm thinking of going to Harvard to take 11 courses. I'll take 1 on campus, 10 at home. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do. So that I can get to the next level of this corporate bag. I'm not playing games. I don't think at the level that these guys that I react to are. And I don't say this to brag. I'm a very serious person. I spend my time doing a whole lot of shit, bro. That's why you see so many tabs open, because I'm doing a whole bunch of shit. I've been sitting in this office for 12 hours today, bro. No, I don't say I'm better than everybody else. When did I ever say that I'm better than everybody else? I'm better than the guys that I'm reacting to. I'm better than Austin Holloman. Me and Austin, we live in the same city. I live on one side of the city where the 1% people are. He lives on the other side of the city where the losers are. So I'm better than Austin Holloman. Okay? Austin Holloman will deliver DoorDash to my neighborhood. That's the difference. I'm calling out losers and I have receipts. Okay? So I'm not saying that, yes, well, I'm telling people what they should use their time on. And I'm using myself as an example as to why I say shit like that. That's why I use myself as an example. I use myself as an example and say, hey, I did this, I did that, I did this. This will help you do that, do that, do that. While exposing their bullshit because they're taking money from people and they're not giving them any value. Have I asked you for a super chat? No, I haven't. Have I asked you for a cash app? No, I haven't. I come out here and I do this shit for free. I respond to your emails for free. I talk to people I don't even know for free. I help a lot of people. Because I am a US citizen. What do you care where I stay? I stay in Colombia too. I have property in Colombia. The Colombians never ask me why, even though I'm not a Colombian citizen. They never say that. Take that xenophobic bullshit away from here. I'm a US citizen. I got the same amount of stake you have in this country that I do. Same amount of stake. I pay taxes here. My kids are born here. I have the same rights that you do. You have one vote. You have one vote. So if that makes you feel some type of way, go tell Massa to change the rules. That's not up to me. But when I travel outside of the US, I travel on a US passport. I'm a dual citizen. That's who I am. I'm a dual citizen. You don't like the rules, go fucking change the rules. Why do you worry about Ghana? I don't live in Ghana. I live right here. But I go to Ghana. I help Ghanaians too. There's Ghanaians in my chat. I'm talking to a Ghanaian guy in the UK that needs some support with SAP that I'm helping him. YouTube is a public platform. There's guys that are watching me from Australia. I look at my analytics. There's guys that are watching me from Switzerland, from Europe. If you don't like what I say, just don't be here. I don't beg you to subscribe. Okay? Are you upset that I'm calling out losers? Salute to you, Paulina Kunedu. That's my Ghanaian sister. Just subscribe to me. You know? I don't force you to subscribe. If you are going to be hard-headed and you're not going to listen, go ahead and keep fooling. I'm a 42-year-old man with a lot of corporate experience on the internet trying to help guys on the right path. You got a problem with that because I'm calling out your bullshit? Go ahead. Yes, I voted for Trump. I'm a conservative. I'm not going to vote for some gay and lesbian bullshit. Who cares who I voted for? I don't come here and tell you to go vote for somebody. I'm not a political show. My other channel is a political show. If you like politics, you can go over there. The main Anakoku channel is not a political show. Over here, I call out the bullshit, okay? I talk about diaspora issues. I talk about the blacks. Okay? I talk about Africa. I talk about the blacks in Africa. And then I talk about lifestyles. and I try to help. I make case studies. So today's video is a case study of what you should not be. Okay, it's a case study of what you should not be. If you don't like that, go ahead. You didn't pay for my education. I pay for my own education. You come here, you get it for free. If you don't like it, get on, move on. You guys got a little bit of real estate lesson today. You know, you got a little bit of real estate lesson today. The other day, some people got some stock lessons from me. I think I still have that page up. I don't know how SEO is doing. But this is a position that I said open up. We talked about it 5 days ago. So if you bought it, you're up 2%. I said open it up until the Iranian war is resolved. If it escalates, you're going to lose some money, but eventually it's going to settle. If you can hold it up to about a month to 6 months, SEO might be a good short position to take. I come here and I give people all these gems for free. When you guys do it, you know, talking about the blacks, you're always asking people for cash apps. You're asking people for their money. You're lying to people on the internet. I've been on YouTube for almost a year since we started doing this. And I've never asked you to send me a cash app. I've never asked you to give me a super chat. I come here and I do this shit for free. And yet you're still complaining. What do you want from me? I give you a book to read for free. I'm reading it with you. Right? You either come to learn or you don't learn. I'm calling all these losers because they are losers. If that makes you feel a certain kind of way, I don't care. I'm calling them out because they are losers and they are leading. This guy is the reason Floyd Wallace touched a 6-year-old. So I have personal beef with him. He's the reason why Floyd Wallace traveled and touched a young girl that is 6 years old. You're over here trying to support this bullshit. That's why I'm calling this shit out. And they took this bullshit to my continent. And they brought us Giorello. What a beauty. Get the fuck off my page, bro. Hey, I was trying to be very nice today, okay? I came here to be very nice. Don't put me on that path because I know how to deal with you guys, man. I really know how to deal with you guys. If you don't know, you should ask Oshay Duke Jackson what I've done to him. Okay? Anyway, let's wrap this up because if you start listening to these FBAs, you know, the only thing is you can't defend yourself because you are the one that is listening to me. So if you let me violate you like that, it's your own problem. You can just sit here and take the ass whooping and change your life or not change your life. That's up to you. I can't force you, bro. I can't force you. If I see people do good in your community that I like, I used to want to talk about it, but nowadays I don't. Because of people like you, I don't even want to talk about shit like that. Let me just deal with the negatives. The negatives is what gets your attention anyway, right? You want me to talk positive about your community? Let's start with Tariq Nasheed. Okay, you guys will straighten out Tariq. When you straighten out Tariq, I'll start saying some nice shit about you. Okay? But until you straighten out Tariq and Oshay, which I think we got Oshay. We got him out of there. You know, we got him out of there. We got Tyler, Skylar's ass out of YouTube. We got all these guys. What's the other guy's name? Giamo out of YouTube. You know? Anyway, let me go to bed, fellas. Y'all have a great night. Let me give you my infamous outro. Dance on these FBAs.